Welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we are getting into an absolutely fantastic story. We're talking magic, we're talking deception, and a brand of justice that is, well, literally set in stone.
So let's set the scene. You've got this talking mynah bird, and it's just weeping its heart out next to this ancient magical tree. And you have to understand, this isn't just any old tree. No, this thing is a gateway between worlds. And that's when it happens. A portal just swirls into existence right there in the tree, and out steps this beautiful woman named Gauri. Now, Gauri is what's known as an Apsara, a celestial being, and she is on a desperate search for her sister, Kumud. So, can you just imagine her shock when this tiny bird starts talking and claims to be her sister? Her sister, this divine, powerful Apsara, is now a bird. I mean, you'd think it was a trick too, right? Gauri certainly does. But just when she's about to dismiss it, the tree itself starts to speak. Yeah, the tree. And its voice, just full of ancient magic, confirms the impossible. This mynah bird is Kumud. And that leaves Gauri, and honestly us, with one massive question. How in the world did this happen? All right, to get to the bottom of this, we've got to rewind. We need to go all the way back to the beginning, to the one single fateful mistake that kicked this whole tragic story off.
It all started pretty innocently, really. Kumud was just curious, so she used a magic mantra to pop over to Earth for a visit. But then, she made a big mistake. She saw this sage meditating and, she kind of mocked him for his messy appearance. Big mistake. The sage was furious and cursed her. And just like that, poof, the magic words she needed to get home were just gone from her memory. And the result of that curse is just absolute. Kumud is now completely and totally trapped. Think about it, a celestial being stranded here in our world with no way back. She's vulnerable, she's alone, she's desperate. And it's right then at her absolute lowest point that she hears something. It's this beautiful enchanting music from a flute. She follows the sound, and it leads her straight to this incredibly charming shepherd named Arjun. His music is just magical. It literally makes her forget all her worries. So naturally, they start meeting up every single day in the forest. Friendship blossoms into what she's sure is true love. She trusts him so much, in fact, that she tells him everything, including her biggest secret, that she's an Apsara from another world. And to really seal the deal, to make sure she trusts him completely, he takes her home to meet his parents. She sees this poor, loving, elderly couple in a small, humble hut. I mean, it's the perfect picture of a simple, honest life. And yeah, Kumud falls for it. Hook, line, and sinker. And this is where you can really see the massive gap between what Kumud thought was happening and the awful reality. On one hand, she's seeing this charming shepherd, a loving family, a fairy tale romance. But the truth? He was a sorcerer's apprentice, those parents were just actors, and the whole thing was a calculated, devastating trap. So, thinking that Arjun is on her side, that he's going to help her find that sage to get the curse lifted, Kumud follows him. But they're not going somewhere safe. They're heading deeper and deeper into a really dark and ominous part of the forest. And boom. This is it. The trap springs. Suddenly, this evil-looking sorcerer, a tantric, just steps out from the shadows. And just like that, what she thought was a friendly search for help turns into an absolutely terrifying confrontation. And the sorcerer doesn't waste any time. He lays his cards right on the table. His goal is simple and horrifying. He's going to capture her, use her celestial energy in some dark ritual, and make himself immortal. And after that, he plans to conquer her entire world. Before Kumud can even think about using her own magic to defend herself, it's too late. The sorcerer casts his spell. In an instant, he rips away her form, her voice, her powers, everything. He traps the divine Apsara inside the tiny, helpless body of a mynah bird. Okay, so let's jump back to the present. Gauri has just heard this whole awful, heartbreaking story from her sister, the mynah bird. And wouldn't you know it, at that very moment, someone else shows up. It's the sage, the very same one Kumud insulted all that time ago. But here's the twist. He's not there for revenge. Nope. He's actually there to explain just how deep the betrayal went.
He's about to reveal a conspiracy that was way, way more elaborate than Kumud ever realized. And the sage lays it all out. Turns out, the Tantric and Arjun had been watching that portal for years, just waiting for someone to come through. That magical flute Arjun played, a gift from the sorcerer, designed to enchant her. And his parents? They were just hired beggars, paid to put on a show. Every single piece of their so-called romance was a carefully constructed lie. I mean, it doesn't get much worse than that, does it? The man Kumud fell in love with, the person she trusted with her deepest secret, was actually her greatest enemy from the very beginning. So, armed with this terrible truth, but also with the sage's help, the two sisters are ready. They leave the cave together, ready to confront the villains who put them through this absolute nightmare. And the sage gives them the tool they'll need for justice. It's this enchanted powder called Sindoor. And this is important. It's not just some random magical weapon. It's about giving Kumud, the one who was wronged, the power to deliver the justice herself. And what happens next is so fast and so final. The sisters confront Arjun and the Tantric. Kumud, still in her minor bird form, throws the enchanted powder, and in a flash of magic, both villains are turned into stone statues. Just like that, their evil plan is literally frozen in time, forever. And the moment that justice is served, everything changes. The sorcerer's curse on Kumud just shatters. And with that broken, the sage's original curse lifts too. All of a sudden, the forgotten mantra, the words to open the portal, they all come flooding back to her. The way home is finally clear. So the sisters return to their worlds, safe at last. But it leaves you with a pretty deep question, doesn't it? Where does the real blame lie here? Was this whole tragedy kicked off by Kumud's single moment of arrogance? Or was it really all about the calculated, patient evil of the men who were waiting to trap her?